I can't find a post. Okay. All right, I think I'm live. Period. Okay. Let me get all this stuff out the way. Hi, everyone. Hold on, I'm trying to fix this so you guys can properly hear myself. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi. Your first time? Hi, guys. Hi. I'm sorry I was not able to live stream yesterday, so I'm making up to you today. I'm so behind on all my work. Was that you on the Elton John concert? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm trying a new concealer today. A new concealer. We're trying a new concealer. I'm trying the Hourglass concealer. So let me know how it looks on camera and if it wear and tears or if it dries out and looks ugly. Cute necklaces. Thank you. This is actually an HRH piece, and so is this. This is from Lucci D something. Follow them on Instagram. I'll let you know how the concealer goes. I just put it on like 2 hours ago, so. I think I might, I don't know, my eyes are a little watery, which I'm a little worried about, but I'm not sure if it's from that or not. Go on Just Trish. I would love to, but I'm not famous enough yet. Hopefully I hit a wave. So, share my videos, please. Casey, thanks for gifting 5 Antphrodite memberships. How are you liking so far? We're 2 hours in, so I don't have any opinions so far. That's why I'm like, let me know how it looks on camera. You need relationship advice. What happened? Is Ann fuzzy or it's just my connection? Is the stream low quality? Let me know. We do have a lot of fun over there on YouTube memberships. You are missing out. You get to join the Discord as well, which is fun. I've been having insomnia myself. Pregnancy is very difficult to read. You have a peaceful vibe today? I'm trying to. I have Taylor Swift's You're Losing Me still stuck in my head, though, and it's pissing me off. Because I know it's a message to me, and I still haven't deciphered it correctly. Career. Job. Are we playing like a game of analogies? Career. Work. Is it a Leo moon? My heart won't stop. See, that song's stuck in my head. Authentically Erica, thank you for joining the Antphrodite. So, yeah, a little confused. I try to go live some point during the week. The first 2 times was a Wednesday. The last 2 times were a Thursday. I'm not sure if I've settled on a day exactly. Please share something about career. What? My career? Love the brat necklace. Thank you. I got it from HRH. The color is supposed to be pink, but it looks white, so I'm like, oh well. Still cute. Denmark. Ooh. What was I going to talk about? I lost my train of thought. What house is your Leo in? 8th. Well, I'm confused what you guys are talking about. There's just a lot of one-word spam, so I was really confused. So apologies if I did not get it right. I had to come back to memberships. It's fun behind the scenes. I just uploaded a video on the memberships if you're interested on my dreams. And I dropped a little bit of tea about boys in the video. So my YouTube members got spoiled with the last video. They did. I kind of want to try a YouTube members pick a card where I do readings based off of like songs only, because I'm like trying to test new things, and that's kind of what I want to use the memberships for. So I might do that too. We'll see. You're losing me. See, that shit song. It's not a shit song. It is a good song, but it's stuck in my head, so now I'm mad at it. Tomorrow's video is going to be Nicki Minaj, so... JV, thanks for joining the Antphrodite. Ant, who is your celebrity crush? I feel like I need to do a Q&A video. Please remind me to do a Q&A video, because I swear to God, I get asked this question so much, and people make fun of me every time. It's Logan Paul, which, by the way, he uploaded a live video on his Instagram with his fucking breasts in the camera, and they just look so beautiful. And he even mentions how, like, he's gotten definition in his pecs. Ugh, he looks so good, dude. It's ridiculous. It's on his Instagram right now. He looks so freaking hot. Like, it's ridiculous. I love blondes. Well, technically he's ginger, but... Ugh. I also really like Tfue. Tfue just uploaded a vlog where he's, like, shirtless throughout 90% of it. So that was a gift to me as well in my head. And then, yeah, you guys know number 3 would be Calvin Harris. He's so tall. Oh, I'm so into their personalities are not really attractive, except for Calvin. I like Calvin's personality, but the first two, like, their personality is not that attractive. It's just their physical. I like Calvin's personality a lot, though. He's like a dad. It's hot. Will Poulter is hot, too. I agree. Did you get a drawing done about your future spouse? No, but someone did DM me it once. Calvin gives me 5'9" energy. Well, he's 6'6", so he doesn't give that energy to me. Gold is your color. Thank you. I've been in my gold era lately. Have you seen the dream interpretation of your dream in Discord? I'm not sure. I may have. Logan gives me bi vibes. I think Logan would hook up with a dude if it would help his career. I don't know if he necessarily likes men, if that makes sense. I think he's pretty straight, but I think he would bang a dude if it meant helping his career. That's the type of vibe I get from him. Allegedly. Seems pretty straight to me, to be honest. I can't find him. See? Anyways, your prediction from X happened for your social media predictions. AI generated pics that's outraging female users. Wouldn't be surprised if people left due to the issue. I know, isn't that crazy? My social media reading came true already. We need to make like a clip of that for like shorts or something. Maybe we can make a YouTube short of that. I love you so much. Thank you, Brooke. What's up? Can you please do a reading on Pedro Pascal? I don't know who that is. What do you think of Timothy Chalamet? I don't. How do I keep a female best friend? Okay, I'm going to say something. And this is something that I think is very important because I think gays and women are very similar. When it comes to friendships, you need to be picky about who is close to you. And you need to believe people when they say something, especially when you first meet them. People show you who they are when you first meet them, and you make an excuse because you think they're nervous. They're not nervous. Here's what I will say. Stop giving random people that you don't know, strangers, the benefit of the doubt. You don't know them. If they make up for it, then you're like, oh, they're genuine. But if they don't make up for it and you just made an excuse for them, yeah, you're doing it wrong. When it comes to female relationships, if you're a girl or if you're a guy and you're gay and you're looking for other gay relationships, first and foremost, you need to not have the same type. I know for me, I've been friends with people who we have the same type. I'm not a competitive person, so I don't care, but they will eventually start to care because they get insecure, especially when you're that bitch. Because when you're that bitch and guys give you attention, they're going to want that guy. They're going to sabotage. So that's number one. Number two, make sure that you're friends with someone that is happy. That means that they have to be happy in their life. That means that they have to be happy in their relationship. And that means they have to be happy in their career. Unhappy people cause the other people around them to be unhappy. And number three, make sure that it is someone who, and you guys are going to get mad at me for this, but it's the truth, someone who's not afraid to talk shit. We all talk shit. It is a part of our nature. If someone is not talking shit and they're like, I think you shouldn't do that. I think you're a bad person. Like, I would never say something like that. She's the girl talking shit about you behind your back. Every time. The girl who's virtue signaling, saying she's the most innocent girl. You should never say that. No. You know who's loyal? The girl who's talking mad fucking shit. That's the girl who's loyal. So I stand behind that. And this goes for the gays too. I'm so sorry you lost your puppy. I can't channel deceased loved ones. I'm sorry. I don't know how. People who gossip are the realest people there are. Everyone talks shit. It's like what we do. It's a social thing. It's a socialization thing. I don't like girls that talk shit. Okay, well, you're the one that probably talks shit on the low on a fake account on Reddit, so that's what that tells me. I would never say something like that. You have a fake account on Reddit where you talk shit about people. Like, always. It's always that girl or that gay guy. Always. Are you guys doing anything fun for Valentine's Day? I'm doing a Galentine's Day. I'm going to cook for my friends, so. It is too hard to have friends at school. I mean, you could always have friendly relationships. They don't have to be deep friendships. Cussing out every man in my phone. I do that on the regular, to be honest. Can you do a 9/11 reading? You know, I have never done a 9/11 reading because it hits a little bit close to home for me. For those of you that don't know, my father worked in the building directly next to the Twin Towers, and he watched them go down. And he was there. And my aunt worked in a building that was targeted. So it hits a little close to home, and I have a little bit of an inside information. We lost a lot of family friends in that experience, and for about 24 hours, I thought my dad and my aunt were dead. So, because there was no communication. We're pretty sure, allegedly, that my dad's death might have been attributed to post 9/11, like radiation, things like that. Allegedly, you know, that's kind of the big question here. So there was a lot that goes into that. So yeah, so for me, it's a little bit close to home. You know, I think about a lot about how people who grew up with 9/11 have more empathy than people who did not grow up with 9/11. And I try to explain to people that 9/11 was something that, and because a lot of young people will be like, oh, but there's been tragedies after that, and I feel empathy for them. I don't really think you'll understand the cultural impact that had on us and what it did to people and how it humanized people, and it just gave them empathy. So unfortunately, it's just hard for me to kind of like, I don't know, maybe I'll do it eventually, but I like know a lot of things about that situation. And so sometimes the conspiracy theories, I'm like, I already know this isn't true based on what I've experienced firsthand. But yeah, like, there were, not to get morbid, but there were friends of the family that were standing out there. I mean, there's a story of someone smoking a cigarette and he got covered in body parts. And then there was, people screaming, "Don't look back," when they were running in the streets because people were jumping off the planes. I mean, off the what do you call that? The towers to their death. So they had to run and not look back. And then there were people in the ferries that were just wounded. So I don't think people really realized the destruction that happened that day. So yeah, like I said, it's really difficult for me to have conversations, especially with younger people who didn't grow up in it, because I think that they're just missing this weird bond that we all share, this weird trauma bond. Thank you, B, for the 1111. Thank you for being real. My last girlfriend ghosted me, and I'm still trying to figure out why I always connect with your readings, so it means a lot that you said something. Sorry for your loss. Oh, thank you. No, it's okay. My dad died almost 10 years ago now. I think it'll be 10 years in July, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not so great at math. But yeah, so I mean, my aunt still has PTSD and will never step into a plane ever again. She will never get on a plane. So yeah, it definitely hits close to home. My aunt didn't leave her house for, I think it was almost 2 weeks. My dad didn't speak a word for a week afterwards. So it was definitely an interesting time, to say the least. So I just think that sometimes people don't really understand 9/11. So that's why when, people say controversial things about 9/11, some certain content creators have really pissed me off. Yeah, I don't really get offended by much, but there's one big content creator who said something really ignorant about it, and I've kind of never let it go because I can't believe someone could be that heartless. So I will write a book one day, yes. Can you do a reading on Jacob Elordi? I don't think anyone would click that. Is my song going to be successful this year? If it's good, actually I should say if it's catchy. Your skin looks flawless. Thank you. I'm trying the new Hourglass concealer today, so you let me know how it looks. How do you spot a narcissist? They're very likable. They have a lot of friends, and they're very nice when you first meet them and charming. So that person that has a bad reputation, that has a bunch of people that are haters, that's not the narcissist. The narcissist seeks approval, so they're very likable. Everyone loves the narcissist, and everyone is going to think you're crazy when you don't like the narcissist. Tea bags are the best thing for your skin. Maybe for you, but as ultra-sensitive, ultra-dry skin, I would never put a tea bag on my face unless I wanted to break out. I think a lot of people have narcissistic tendencies. We will do a pick a card in a little bit. Like, I want to talk to the chat because I don't get to talk to you all week. So I want to talk to you guys for a little bit, and then we'll do a pick a card, I promise. I think a lot of people have narcissistic tendencies, but they're not full-blown narcissists. There's a difference. I think most people nowadays have narcissistic tendencies because they grew up on the internet. How do you handle being an empath, protection, and boundary-wise? I am comfortable with being the villain and with people hating me. And if I feel something is just not good or toxic, I eliminate it. And if they hate me for life, good. Will personal readings be back in stock at some point? Hopefully. I mean, I would like to focus on that in February. I was supposed to focus on it in January, and then I got burnt out, and then I got behind on everything. And so let's pray to God that I can do that in February. People say BPD and narcissistic is similar. I mean, they have similarities. I don't know if I would say they're similar. Jakeem watched the beginning of this live back for an answer. My friends liked my narc ex, but found his stories about his child to be really weird and disturbing. There were probably lies as well. Remember, narcissists love to lie about their past. Love your content from the Caribbean. What's up? I get sad sometimes when I see your stuff. Wait, why? I have astral projected. Married to one for 22 years now. He disposed of me for new. I think a lot of... Okay, when it comes to relationships, I feel like a lot of women do not center themselves, and then they wonder why their relationship doesn't work out. And this is not to blame women, but I want to empower women to be more conscious of the decisions they make, and to be pickier when it comes to the men that they allow in their lives. It's much easier for a woman to move on than a man, I promise you. You're conditioned to think opposite, but it's just not the case. And so I want women to take away from at least my videos to feel empowered and realize that stop wondering why a guy switched up. Stop wondering if a guy likes you, and start wondering if you even like him anymore. If he's switching up, don't try to figure out why he's switching up. Ask him. If he doesn't answer, you walk away. You're the center of your world. And if he's not going to communicate, then it's not your fucking problem, because a lot of women like to fix men. And sometimes the only way a man learns is if you walk away. Alexis, thanks for joining the Antphrodite. I appreciate that. If you guys would like to join the Antphrodite, the $5 tier gets access to all the exclusive content and the videos, and you get access to the Discord that I'm in all the time. A lot of my viewers do free readings in there. And then if you do the $10 tier, you get access to the upvoted readings. There's a free upvoted reading every 2 weeks. And then if you do the $15 tier, you get access to all of the previous tiers, as well as I randomly select 2 people every month for a free reading. Which, by the way, I need to select the last January one, so hopefully I remember to do that after the stream. So get in your membership now. What do you think about guys with girlfriends that also have a really close girl best friend? I think that it depends on the dynamic. Do they hang out alone a lot? How long have they known each other? It depends. I would say, I do think, listen, I know I say that girls and guys can't be friends. I do think they can be friendly. I think that they can be friends, but deep friends, it really is going to depend. It's really going to depend. And honestly, it depends on the girl. It does. You're losing me. See, that song is stuck in my freaking head. How come the chat is lagging for me? Let me see if I can fix it. Do you have any advice on the number one tell between a narcissist versus someone who's just self-centered, people pleaser? I really have a hard time spotting. Hold on. Do you say Timothy's last name like that to be funny? Timothy Shaliti, that's his name. It's Taniak. Thank you for joining the Antphrodite Supremes. I appreciate that. Hold on, let me see if I can figure out why it's fucking lagging. Okay. Okay. Wait, what was the question? Do you have any advice on number one tell between a narcissist versus someone who's just self-centered or a people pleaser? I really have a hard time spotting. I mean, a self-centered person is someone that's worried about them above all else. A narcissist is more so worried about advancing. Like, I feel like for me, when I look at narcissists, they're always trying to get ahead and trying to push people behind them, whereas selfish people are just trying to shine, if that makes sense. Like, someone who's self-focused just wants to shine. So I just want attention. You know, I'm going to, show my breasts in the bar and get all the boys to like me, right? Attention. Someone who loves attention, right? Someone who's self-focused. But the narcissist would be like, I'm going to show my breasts. And then once I show my breasts and get all the boys, I'm going to tell all the boys all of the horrible things about the girls that I'm friends with, because I'm pushing them behind me. So I'm not just going forward, I'm also pushing everyone behind me. Does that make sense? And then a people pleaser is someone who just lies to whoever's in front of them because they're scared. It's more of a fear-based thing. So like I know it's a random example. I don't know why that popped in my head, but there you have it. I think pick me is a little bit of an overrated term. And I think a lot of narcissists know this and they will call girls pick me's because they got called out themselves. So I think we need to be careful about pick me. It's overused and a buzzword. If a girl doesn't like you, sometimes she hates women and sometimes she hates you, which it's okay if she hates you, and vice versa. Maybe you just hate her. It's okay to hate people. Not everyone is a good person. And you should never be like, I support all women, I support all blank or whatever, because narcissists will take advantage of you when you say that. Because what a narcissist hears is, oh great, a flying monkey. That's what they hear. So you should say things like, I support good people. I support people with genuine intentions. That's what you should say. Yeah. Thinking in absolutes in black and white thinking is very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Black and white thinking is very dangerous, and it does really well on the internet because obviously the internet loves to get a reaction. But remember, the internet's not real life, so don't let people on the internet fool you into believing that that's a healthy dynamic. You should absolutely be wary of people when you first meet them. You don't have to be weird, but you should be listening. Whenever I meet a new person, what do? I shut up and I listen. I'll ask strategic questions, but I will shut up and listen because I'm a little weary. I am. I don't know what your intentions are, so I'm going to find out. And if I feel good vibes and the vibes are good, that's fine. But I'm not going to just be like, I welcome anyone new into my life. That's a mistake. You will get taken advantage of. You don't have to be a bitch. You don't have to be rude, but you should be like, let me shut up and listen to what this person is saying. And listen. You don't have to talk or do crazy things. Just listen. They will tell you who they are when you first meet them. The most important part, okay, of discernment when it comes to humans is your very first interaction and the first 5 minutes of meeting someone. It will tell you everything you need to know about that person. I do react streams on Monday on Twitch. And I watch these videos on like Jubilee and all the other YouTube channels like that and The Cut. And I always clock people 2 seconds into seeing them. I will say, this person just did this with their body language, their face. They're this type of person. The chat will roast me and say I'm mean and judgmental. 5 minutes later, I'm proven right. Every single time. You can ask my viewers. I know what I'm talking about with people. Honestly, the best advice is to not take advice on the internet, but go to a therapist. Well, I mean, I don't know exactly how those two contradict, because seems like you're hating on me, but okay. What do you think of someone who likes knowing everyone's business but doesn't share anything about themselves? I don't know how to answer that because you've already answered that for you. That's obviously not a good thing, right? I'm not sure how to answer that. I mean, yeah, that's not a good person. They're not vulnerable, so you can't be friends with someone who's not vulnerable. Everyone has at least a few narcissistic tendencies. Yeah, to some extent. You're the most accurate reader. Thank you. I will be doing a pick a card in a little bit. Jubilee is a perfect way to start practicing how to analyze people. I agree. What is your human design type? A manifestor, I believe. Is there a way you can get rid of past people who keep popping into your mind without intending to, but have to let go of in the past? Thank you for what you've done for me. Goodbye. In your head. What do you think about guys talking to multiple girls or 2 girls at once? Why do you care? You should be talking to multiple guys as well. Again, you centered a man in your life. You should never be worried about how many girls a guy is talking to you. You should be worried about how many guys you're talking to until one of them decides, or you decide, whichever, or together technically, that you want to date. I'm not hating on you, love you. Oh, okay, well, thank you. I'm like, girl, why'd I catch a stray? I love your necklace, thank you. Nobody should be talking to just one person unless you have a title. You're setting yourself up for failure. You don't have to, but I don't know if you guys saw that TikTok where that girl was throwing a bitch fit because the guy that she just started talking to and hadn't even gone on a date with cooked a gourmet meal for his friend that's a girl, and she threw a bitch fit. stuff like that is just insecurity. I mean, granted, maybe she got an ick from him and maybe she got a bad vibe from him. That's fine. But to blanket statement saying, and maybe he's not a great person, I'm not going to defend him, I don't know him, but to blatantly state like anyone that would do something like that is like a issue with boundaries, that's just insecurity. And you should be doing the same thing because you just centered that man in your life. You should think the exact same way. Like, why do you need to only talk to one guy? You don't know him. You don't know if he's going to be the one. So if you want to talk to one, that's fine. But if you want to talk to more than one, what's wrong with that? You know, you should never hold too tightly to just one person until you're absolutely sure that they're the love of your life or that you're interested in being in a relationship. You should absolutely date around. I really don't understand why girls nowadays are like, he needs to wine and dine me and he needs to take me on these expensive dinners and all this. Otherwise, I'm not even going to bother. I mean, to be honest with you, you need to think like men do, which is that unfortunately, it is a bit of a numbers game. That's a fact. So you have to keep that in mind, that you have to stack the odds in your favor a little bit. So try not to get, because I see a lot of women just kind of romanticize one guy and then excuse all of his faults, where if she focused on more than one guy, she would realize that guy kind of sucks. You can get better and you deserve better. I know a lot of people don't like when I say that, but dating is a little bit of a numbers game. It's a part of it. Peg all of your exes, you're welcome. What's up, Key? I mean, hey, if they like it, they like it. If you like it, you like it. People threaten me over my readings all the time. Is your necklace comfortable? You were playing with it a lot. Because I love it so much, I keep touching it. It is comfortable. It's a little bit difficult because this is not the right shirt to wear with it. But so I try to make sure it's visible. What about if he's lying about seeing other women? If he lies about one thing, he will lie about everything. As soon as you see a man lie, that's your sign to leave. I don't know why we have this thing where we accept people who lie about small things. The people who lie about small things lie about big things. Are you cool or warm toned? No idea. How do you know if they're the one, if they bring out a good side to you? And vice versa. Versa? Aunt, you looking hot. Thank you. Should I still stay with him since he's financially stable? I mean, if you don't want to pay your bills and the man's willing to pay your bills, I'm not going to hate on it. I don't believe any man before I've been burned so badly this past year. I feel that. You should start journaling. It helps me. I sometimes feel that way too. I get a little jaded every now and again. What are the qualities you look for in a best friend? Someone who doesn't complain, someone who is spontaneous, and someone who doesn't take life serious. And honestly, it's how I look for men as well. Aunt, you look really skinny. Thank you. I'm feeling a little bloated today. Per to Aunt, possible final SC. I don't know what that means, but thank you, Key, for the $2. I think you're neutral because you look great in both silver and gold. I agree. I think I look great in everything. Do you have any future collabs? Nobody wants to work with me. That's okay. I had a dream of this past. Wait, what? Did I miss the random name for pick a question? No. Would you do Amy Winehouse reading? What? I don't know. When you journal, do you write bad feelings? Doesn't that manifest that even more? No. You have to get your feelings out and out of your body and on the paper. I write like a 13-year-old girl in there with angst. Are you afraid of doing controversial readings? I feel like a lot of my videos are controversial. Where'd you buy that necklace? I love it. Brat here. This is an HRH collection piece. It's her name necklace. It's supposed to be pink, but it looks white. So I don't know, but I don't know if it's the right coloring on the letters or not, but I think it is, and it just doesn't look very pink. But yeah, I got the letters Brat. That's spelled Brat on here. This is an HRH collection piece as well, this one. And these are HRH collection earrings, actually. Didn't even realize that. What kind of YouTubers would you like to work with if you could? I mean, I don't know. Whatever. I'm open. Oh, I hope your fiance feels better, Shin. However, you're confident, and I wish I can be confident too. Confidence is earned, not learned. Put yourself in experiences to push yourself. That's where you get your confidence. HRH needs to mail you a check for that promo. Probably, but I actually genuinely like her jewelry line. I own a lot of pieces from it, and I get so many compliments on them. The only reason I keep buying them is because of how many compliments I get on the jewelry. Literally, from the very first one that I bought. The very first necklace of hers I bought, some guy literally goes at the bar, he goes, wow, that necklace is amazing, out of nowhere. And he looks at me and goes, wait, you're cute. And he made out with me. So wearing her stuff got me a makeout session with a hot guy. And so ever since then, every time I wear them, I get so many compliments. That's why I keep buying. Just literally because people compliment them. I mean, I will say I do have good taste, and I am good at styling, but so I don't know what to tell you. I only buy things that give me compliments. I have a Venus and Leo. If people didn't compliment things, I wouldn't buy more. It's in HRH collection pieces, both of these. That's what I was talking about. You guys know who she is on YouTube. Can I say? I get compliments, so I keep buying it. I don't really care about anything else. I'm a Sag rising. You're good at styling? Thank you. I would die for a Venus and Leo. What do you mean? I'll do a pick a card in a little bit, by the way. Thank you for the $2. Yes, Slay, I love you and your work, hon. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Do you feel bad energies on your lives? No. How do you have a Sag rising and a Leo in the 8th? Because there's more than one sign in some of the houses. What's your view on the TikTok readings popping up on your FYP randomly? I don't know what you're talking about. My Venus is in Virgo. Oof. Are you talking about like how they work? I think sometimes it's just the algorithm feeding you what you're already talking about. And sometimes the universe will nudge you in the right direction and will get you to see something that you need to see. It really depends. I don't know about sidereal. I don't know anything about it, so I have Lilith in the 1st house and everyone hates me, so get used to it if you have it. My Venus is in Capricorn, that's why I stand Sprinkle Sprinkle Lady. Look for a Mars in Capricorn. Those are sugar daddy placements. No wonder I like you. I'm a Virgo Venus. I have an Aries moon. Prayer. I want to say you're gifted. I've been following you for years. Thank you, Wendy. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. You are so wise to be so young. I don't think I'm that young. I'm 32. But maybe that's kind of young. I don't know. People think I'm like 20. I think my YouTube streams, people are kinder to me. And there's more people in here too. So it just depends. Do you have any tips for connecting meaningfully with spirit guides? Stop worrying about spirit guides and start worrying more about the messages you're getting. You seem sweet. I think I'm very sweet, and then I get triggered and I'm a bitch. So it really just depends. I'm a Gemini. I'm moody. My Venus and Mars and Capricorn love to spoil. Thank you, Key, for the $2. I appreciate that. It's true. You are correct. And it's nicer on his YouTube streams. I think it's vice versa. I think people are a little bit more direct, and on Twitch, which gets a different energy from me. I think it's opposite. I think it's the chat. How do you get in the Discord if you're a member? You connect your Discord account to your YouTube account, and it'll be in your connections. What about Vedic astrology? You should look for a Vedic astrologer. Explain Pluto and Aquarius. No. Do you have an address for fan mail? I do not. Not yet. I looked up your human design chart, and the reason why you are such a great bullshit detector is because you have gate 61 activated like 4 places in your chart, and it's basically a 10 for truth. I don't know what that word means. What's gate 61? Is that like Area 51's brother? I love your voice. It's smooth. Thanks. I hate it. I feel like we all hate our own voice, though. I am a very good bullshit detector, but nobody listens to me, but it's fine. I know exactly what someone's intentions are within 2 seconds of meeting them, and I call it out every time. Also, everyone in this fucking city is always worried about what I'm doing, who I'm talking to. They're paying attention. Girl, I've been having beef with a bitch, and why I didn't tell a single soul I had beef with the bitch, but everybody knows. And everybody coming up to me, I heard you have beef with so-and-so. I'm like, girl, if y'all don't mind your business. I do not have a P.O. box. Speaking of, I need to answer this text message before I forget. 1 second, guys. I'm married to Gemini. I know the tea. You're never bored. Do you ever lose faith in the universe? All the time. Oh, thank you, Shakira. So for Valentine's Day, I want to do a pick a card for my singles, and then I also kind of want to do a petty pick a card for like exes and stuff. So I might do those for Valentine's. What's your least favorite sign? Probably stop, because I like to go. Oh, thank you, Alicia. How the hell are you reading all this fast? I don't know. If you were on death row, what would be your last meal? Dick. You a petty one? I am a petty bitch. Don't care, though. Oh my God, thank you so much for the $10. Buy your own damn flowers. You're showing some love. Listening to you on lives is like listening to a call with a friend. Love it. Thank you. I appreciate anybody that tips me without having expectations of a reading. That never happens, so I really appreciate people that do that. You're truly one of the most genuine people on YouTube. Thank you, but that also means that sometimes I'm a nasty bitch because I'm genuine. So when I'm in a mood, Mars and Leo in the 8th house and Aries moon in the 4th house, sometimes I will have my moments where I'm like a raging bitch. I feel like that comes with the territory of being genuine, though, is I can't hide my feelings. I really can't. I wish I could. I really wish I could, but I'm not good at that. I'm a very sensitive person. I'm a very emotional person. I love hard. I fight hard. I cry hard. I don't know. Very sensitive. Very fucking sensitive. Very sensitive. And I have PTSD, so I get triggered a lot. Horror Girl, thanks for the $20. Love your readings. Can I ask for a read on a test I recently did? I pass? If not, just showing love. No, but what I will say is that when it comes to tarot, terrible tool to use, whether or not you pass something or not, or whether you got a job or not. It's like asking if you won the lottery. You'll never get an answer. Tarot's a really great tool to use to see if there's anything you've missed or what you need to work on in order to achieve that goal. So if you're going for an interview, what should I focus on in the interview? Or anything I need to know before the interview? Or if I'm going for an exam, anything I need to know about the exam? Did I miss anything? Am I prepared? So I would tell you that as long as you worked really hard, the universe will reward you. Just keep in mind that if something doesn't work out, that means that something better is coming to replace it. I have a good feeling about it, though, if you're asking me what my feelings are. I feel good. My stomach is calm, so I feel like very centered. So I have a good feeling about this for you. How do I know if the person I'm dating is my soulmate? You have multiple soulmates. And soulmate does not mean that that is your forever. So they already are your soulmate because you're dating. If you dated someone, they're your soulmate. But you don't have just one soulmate. And soulmates don't mean that you're going to be together forever or that you're destined. So try not to get too hung up on the terminology. Whoopsie Daisy, love the name and thank you for the $10 tip. I appreciate that. I'm sorry, Bernie. Am I a bad person? I don't know if you're able to tell. If you have to ask if you're a bad person, you're not a bad person, because a bad person would be convinced that they're good. Unless, of course, they're lying for attention, but I don't think you're doing that. Would you ever dye your hair? No, I don't think so. I've always wondered what I would look like blonde, though. But I have gray hair, a lot of gray hair, so I'm like, maybe I'm going to have to start dyeing my hair soon. This got caught on my necklace, so I'm trying to fix it. Sorry. Is there such thing as a destined person? Sometimes I think there is. Not for everyone, not all the time. I think it's a soul contract. Do you believe in twin flames? No, I think twin flames are mostly a buzzword that's good for the algorithm. And I think the idea of a twin flame typically for me ends up being more along the lines of an avoidant attachment with an anxious attachment. And it sounds pretty toxic to me, the definitions. Like when I'm interested in you, you're not interested in me, vice versa. Running, chasing dynamic just seems very toxic to me. And it's giving avoidant and anxious, which is a very big thing and very common. And if you are a disorganized attachment like myself, people who are anxious stress you the fuck out, and people who are avoidant, they try to push you into an anxious attachment style, which isn't natural. What perfume do you use? Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. The Target dupe of it. I just bought another cherry perfume from Sephora. I forget the name of it. I'm not getting up to show you. I'm in rehab right now because of it. Oh shit, well, good luck. Hopefully you're doing well. And did you feel lost 24 pounds? What? I definitely didn't read that right. Lost Cherry is my favorite fragrance of all time, but unfortunately, it is not worth the price point for how long it lasts. So I get the Target dupe that smells exactly like it, and everyone goes, Aunt, are you wearing, I know what you're wearing. You're wearing Lost Cherry. And I go, yes, I am. No, I'm not. I'm wearing the Target dupe. Not another cherry. That's what it's called. The Zara one is the closest dupe of Tom Ford. No, it's not. The Zara one is a little bit florally. I don't think they make the Zara one anymore, though, because I can't find it. But that one's a little bit more florally. The closest one is Not Another Cherry by Target. Trust me, I would know. And the only one that fools people is that one. Literally, people think I'm wearing Tom Ford every time I wear that one. And it's the cheapest one. Hey, Aunt Love Ya. Thank you, Kit, for the 5 months membership. Make sure you guys join the YouTube members. Kayali Burning Love does not smell like it at all. I don't think that twin flames are real. That's the thing. I think that it's a term that people use for the algorithm. Have not tried Dossier. Hannah, thank you for the $5. Thank you for all you do and share. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, my 20s sucked and I knew my 30s were going to be better, and I was right. So if you're stressing out about where your life is when you're in your 20s, don't. Everyone's lost and broke in their 20s, and then once you're in your 30s, life gets a lot better. I'm the hottest I've ever been in my 30s and the happiest. So just my advice to you is that try not to force yourself into things that you don't want to do. I'm so curious about the Kayali. The Kayali stuff doesn't really last very long. That's my only take. How do you have ads for live? Get those coins? I don't know. YouTube does it. I just hit the button to go live. I'm not very good at this technical stuff. I didn't touch it, so it's whatever the default is. How do you know if you're on a soul contract with someone? I mean, you probably won't, and it doesn't really matter if you are or you aren't. It means you have something to learn from each other. Think you feel pretty lost at the age of 28 right now. Saturn return, that's why. Turn 35 tomorrow, and I definitely feel like I feel better now than I did in my 20s. And then everyone tells me 40s are even better, so I can't wait. Literally, I look the hottest I've ever looked in my 30s. I think I'm only going to get hotter. Period. Can you generally be friends with an ex? So far, I've not been able to do that. So, I don't know. probably the worst person to ask because I'm petty as fuck. And I haven't met a guy that I think deserves to still be my friend afterwards. So maybe, but I haven't seen it yet. Just not my thing. Can you explain Saturn return? I have a YouTube video on it. Aunt Girl, you've predicted my love life, various love interests for the past 2 years. Aw. Hopefully it's a good thing. What do I want for myself in my 30s? Me? I would like to get into a long-term relationship. That hasn't happened yet for me. That's something I would really like. I'd like my own TV show. Yeah. Favorite music genre? Mainstream, bubblegum, Barbie, trash. I'm trying to be friends with an ex right now, but it's not working out. Then it's not meant to be. Have you dated other tarot readers? No, most of the guys that I end up talking to aren't really super spiritual, and I prefer it that way. I'm very territorial. I kind of want you out of my shit. I don't want to overlap. So I like guys that are very different or opposite to me. Just get out of my shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, get out of it. Like, don't step on my toes. Don't get in my shit. Because you're probably wrong and you're probably loud and annoying. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want my own thing and I don't want you in it. Get out. I like my space. Get out of my shit. I don't want to share everything with you. I don't want to share all my hobbies with you all the time. Like, you're weird. I'm not an Aquarius. Like, stop. I'm not a Libra either. Like, get away from me. Thank you. Little jewelry today. Thank you. Not another cherry from Target. Did Matt Rife disappear from everyone else's FIP? Yeah, he was a hashtag. What's your current favorite song? Off With Her Tits by Ali X. It's very good. Will you do a read on Margaret and Greta being snubbed for the Oscar noms? No, because it was expected. What's your attachment style? I am disorganized. I adapt to survive. So here's my thing. I loved Barbie, but my number one complaint about Barbie, if you remember, I did a TikTok on it. Follow me on there, Antphrodite. Was that there wasn't enough Barbie. Perfect Barbie was a little boring because she was supposed to be perfect, which is boring. So it's not that Margot Robbie did a bad job. She did an amazing job. Her character just doesn't have a lot of depth. There was definitely not enough Barbie. But the script is written for Ken to be the star. He gets all the funny moments. His dance and music number is directly in the middle of the film. He has the most visual change out of all of them. He has the most character depth and the most character change, not only visually, but also like emotionally, like his whole outfits and everything change. And then the end of the movie centers around him and then goes back to Barbie. So it's like, I'm not shocked that he got all the accolades. He's the star of the show. The movie is about what the patriarchy does to men and how that affects women. So it makes sense that Ken was technically the star of the film because it's a commentary about how the patriarchy hurts men and then men hurt women. At least that's what I took away from it. So men are kind of sort of the center of the movie, but it's because men are centered in real life and the movie mimics real life. That's what I took away from it. But maybe I just think too deeply. So I just wasn't really sure that why people were so shocked. Are you sure disorganization usually happens after very adverse early experiences? Yeah, I'm aware. It's what I had growing up. So yes. Mm-hmm. I agree wholeheartedly. I've actually had a therapist watch me in action. So I'll give you a little rundown since you seem to not believe me. So I was talking to a friend of a friend who is a sex therapist, and he was like, oh, like, you know, I want to know about like your past relationship, whatever, men you've talked to, whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, there's this guy, thank you for the $13, $14, Ren. Saying love and appreciation. If I can ask a question, can you tell me if this house was planned to buy is the right decision? I think that if your stomach feels open, then it's a good decision. If it feels tight when you ask the question, then it's a bad decision. So this guy was like, I heard like you have this thing with this guy and he like caused you stress, because my friend had told him this. And I was like, oh yeah, I used to have this thing with this guy and he's really stressful and whatever. I was like, honestly, it's whatever at this point. And he was like, well, can you give me a little bit of the backstory? And I was like, honestly, so I was giving him some of the tea, because he like really wanted to help. He's like, I'm a sex therapist. Like, I want to help you. And I was like, and he's like, he literally told me, he's like, you're very self-aware. He's like, I'm very impressed. He's like, I think you're spot on about him. He was like, I think exactly what you're saying is exactly what I think. Cause I was talking about how like, why I think he does what he does, how I'm not interested and all this other stuff. Right. And so he was just telling me how like accurate I was. And he's like, yeah. And so, I was like, so as I get finished telling him, I look up and I go, oh shit. And he goes, what? And I go, he's right there. He goes, what? I was like, he's right there. The guy walks over to me, says something to me, and I look at him and he's like, oh, come here, come do this thing. I go, no. And he goes, no, come do this thing, come over here. And I was like, no, I'll talk to you later. Get out of here. And he's like, okay, meet me later, blah, 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 whatever. And he leaves. And so I start laughing. So I'm like, oh my God. And the sex therapist looks at me and he goes, I swear to God, he goes, anxious attachment. And I go, what? And he goes, anxious attachment. And I go, I'm not anxious attachment style though. I would never, ever beg a man for attention, and I would never double text a man. And he goes, exactly. And I go, elaborate. He goes, he walked over to you, and he goes, as soon as he walked over to you, your shoulders leaned back, you relaxed, and you got in a submissive position. He's like, and then you looked up at him and you almost were more like demure, and he took charge. He's like, so you were forced into the submissive state. He goes, and then you immediately got angry. He goes, what's happening is you are not an anxious attachment style. He is an avoidant attachment style. So because he's avoidant attachment style, the only attachment styles that he can be compatible with are anxious. So what he's doing is inadvertently trying to force you into an anxious attachment style. Because that is not your natural attachment style, your response is anger and frustration. Because you're like, what the fuck? Why are you doing that? I would never do that. See how you're getting triggered and angered? And so since then, it like blew my mind. I got free therapy. And I was like, oh my God, it's exactly what's happening. He's like, which is why you get angry at him and you block him, and why he won't answer you and then wants you to text him 3 times in a row. And instead of you texting him 3 times in a row, you block him on everything. He's like, that's why. And I was like, oh my God. Because I kept telling him how like we get in these cycles because I refuse to be the bitch that he's trying to make me be. I was like, he wants me to beg, he wants to do all that. I'd rather die. He's like, and that's exactly what happens. He's like, you block him, you ignore him, whatever. And then a month goes by and he needs his supply again because he's an avoidant. They always come back. So he comes back and then he begs for your attention, You give it to him and then he plays the game again. He's like, you're just not an anxious attachment style. And he's trying to force you into that. So I was like, so no, I'm not an anxious. And that's how I know I'm disorganized. Avoidant attachment styles are not compatible with anyone other than anxious. So that's why. And then what? Say you do become what he wants. Why would he leave? Yes, because you would be an anxious attachment style. And it would be toxic. Avoidance cannot be in healthy relationships unless they're actively working on it. So odds are if someone's an avoidant attachment style, they're not working on it, which means they're not compatible. Casey, thanks for the $5. I actually asked my therapist about this and she confirmed that avoidance can force you into anxious attachment even if you aren't. Yep, that is literally the only way you can interact with an avoidant is if you are anxious. That's the only way. Which is why you end up getting conditioned, because if you text him 3 times, he answered, then you text him 6 times, he answered, then you're texting him 20 times, he finally answers, he conditions you. My aspect of the benefits avoided and made me anxious. I'm not. Yeah. So just be careful of people. Again, if people are playing games with text messages, ignore them or block them. I'm telling you. The man that is right for you is not going to play games in text message. What's your favorite topic? Myself. I'm an extreme avoidant. I'm currently healing from someone who's an extreme avoidant as well. We exploded a girl. Ooh. This happened to me when I realized I cut things off and he blocked me. This live stream is making me realize a lot. I got to come here more often. That's why I like to talk with the chat, because we always end up getting into a really good topic that people can watch back the live and stuff. Love the necklace. Where'd you get it? HRH collection. Oh my God, I almost turned the computer off. I don't think I'm meant for anyone. No, that's not true. Especially when they choose to actually date someone else, but play games with me. I'm so bitter. Choose to date someone else yourself. Excuse me. This live is therapeutic. Oh, thanks. You should be trying to get yourself into a secure attachment style rather than trying to find out who's compatible with you. I'm avoidant, but I feel like I only attract avoidance. Probably because it's a dose of your own medicine. What causes avoidant attachment? A lot of different things, but the biggest theory is helicopter parents, or people who were smothered as children, or people who were given a lot of things like beautiful people, like if you were beautiful growing up. Do you have an afflicted 7th house of Venus? I don't know. I've posted my chart before. Bye, horror girl. I love it when you're moody. Well, I'm in a good mood today, so I'm not going to be a bitch. How do you get into secure attachment? Therapy. What do disorganized attachers attract? Everyone. Sure, yeah. What if you're an avoidant in a relationship with a secure attachment? Or what if you're avoidant in a relationship with another avoidant? Well, I mean, if you can't be in a relationship with a secure attachment if you're avoidant, you can't. It's not possible. The avoidant would be in a relationship with someone who is forced to be anxious. My man's avoidant because he didn't want to burden me with his stress and hurt me, so he would let me know and I'd wait for him. Okay. I got a dose of my own attachment, avoidant attachment style. For me, it's due to hyper-independence from neglect. Yes. That could happen as well. But typically, those people end up more disorganized. I'm one of those people. I never block people, only weird random creeps. But if someone blocks, I'm frenzy and I'm like, okay. I used to be like that. I started blocking people and I started getting what I wanted more often. So I suggest doing it. Took me a long time to do it. You think that blocking doesn't do anything, but it makes people think of you, which is how you get what you want. Learn from narcissists. That's what I did. I started learning trips from narcissists and avoidant attachments. And I started realizing how powerful blocks were because of what they did. So I'm like, okay, bitch, can't beat him, join him. I don't think you can change attachment style. Yes, you can. Healed people, if you heal your attachment wounds and your relationship wounds, you become secure attachment. Avoidant attachment equals situationships. Sometimes, yes. HRH collection is the name of the necklace. You've seen it on YouTube, I'm sure. What do you think blocking does? It depends on the situation. Recently got into a situation with someone secure and forced myself to be more attentive because I respect them. I'm avoidant. See? When you respect and love someone, you're willing to adjust. You can be absolutely changed attachment styles and not a part of our being, but our surroundings, yes. Is it weird that I'd rather be single but not dating one for a while? No, that's normal. I don't know why we put so much emphasis on relationships in the world. I mean, I'm the type of person where I focused on my career instead of relationships, and I think I'm pretty successful. I'm not the most successful person in the world yet. I will be one day. I'm going to take over the world. Watch me. But I think I'm pretty successful, and so do I regret not focusing on men when I was younger? No. It was the smartest decision I ever made, and I hope more women make that decision. I hope more women choose the path of career and on their own personal goals rather than a man. Relationships are great and they enhance your life, but I think it's overrated when we center a relationship in our life. So I'm sick and tired of hearing women say that they sacrificed for their family and they sacrificed for their man, because I very rarely hear a man say that. BBGB, thanks for the $5. My New York resolution was to ignore emotionally unavailable people. I've been healing my heart Shakira's from the trauma of my mom and block all the fuckboys. Congratulations, I'm proud of you. We're going to do the pick a card soon. After you talking about it, I think I recently just phased out of my disorganized attachment style and now extreme avoidance. Aw, well, it's okay. You can work through it. Let me see if this girl. Okay. How do I communicate my issue with splitting finances with my long distance boyfriend? I feel like he should buy my plane tickets to come see him. I'm trying to balance mask and femme. If you can't tell your boyfriend something right out, like if you can't ask your boyfriend for something like straight up, then it's not a good relationship. You should never feel like you're walking on eggshells or you're scared to ask your boyfriend something. That's not a good sign. If he's going to if he's going to flip out and scream and yell because you asked him if he would pay for your flight, then perhaps he's not a good choice for you. Even if he says no, he shouldn't be mad about it. And if he is mad about it, he shouldn't be raging and getting irate. I need to communicate my boundaries. If my problem, he won't. He's younger and broke. Well, if he can't pay for it, then what do you expect? For you to know if you're compatible with someone, you need to be brave enough to be honest with them. You should be fearless because at the end of the day, if someone likes you, they're going to be endeared to your traits. You're afraid to lose someone, which means you don't feel secure in your relationship. How do you know if you're the main character? You're not if you have to ask. I remember my ex-boyfriend, how he tried so little. I asked him, why didn't he try like gifts and surprise presents, terms of endearment? He responds, why? I already got you. Left him for a woman. You absolutely should leave a man as soon as he says those words to you. That is disgusting. Good for you. I wish you the best in your journey to secure attachment. Oh, thank you. That's the best way to lose someone. I'm actually surprised that he said that to you. I'm actually surprised he was so comfortable enough to say that to you, to think that you wouldn't leave. That's a ballsy move. I respect how ballsy it is, and I would absolutely love to destroy his entire emotional being while I left. I would make sure I left him in the most humiliating way possible just to get my petty vengeance because I'm a nasty bitch when it comes to men. I like all metals. How do I move on from a friends with benefits trauma bond? I'm in therapy. Well, I mean, I feel like your therapist should probably be helping you a lot, right? For me, friends with benefits, I mean, did someone gain feelings? Because I feel like they always do. Love your unapologetic energy. I just feel like when it comes to men, for me, it's very cut and dry. Men know how to act, gay or straight, and if they're choosing to act incorrectly, it's a conscious decision. You know what you should be doing, because I watch men do everything you ask them to do for you for another bitch as soon as they see her. If a man is not doing the things that you deserve and the basic necessities, that means that he doesn't like you very much. Men love to waste time. It's their favorite hobby. They love wasting their own time. It's their favorite. Let me tell you something. Men's favorite hobby is wasting time, including their own. I promise you, they love it. They get a kick out of it. There's nothing better for them than wasting time. They also love to blame other people for their problems. Those are their two favorite hobbies. Okay? So when it comes to you being like, well, why is he wasting a year with me if he doesn't really like me? Because that's what they do. They love doing that. They love doing it. I can't tell you why they love it. I can just tell you that they do love it. They're obsessed with it. So when you're confused why a guy wasted all of that time, stop being confused and accept the fact that he just had fun doing that. He loved wasting time. He loved the hourglass sand, the sand in the hourglass going down. He loved it. It was everything to him. It was his favorite hobby. He wasted all of his youth and all of his energy on that and his time, and he loved it. He loved every minute of wasting yours and his time. It's his thing. That's all you need to worry about. You don't need to worry about why. That's just what they do. It's not a game. It's just wasting time is their favorite hobby. I promise you. Why do you think he sits on the couch and plays video games every day and doesn't think about how to better himself? They love wasting time. It's their favorite hobby. I don't know why. So why isn't he doing all this for me? Because he would do it for a different girl. He doesn't really like you that much, and he wasted your time and his own. Get rid of him. Simple as that. Your female relationships are probably much more fulfilling. Your friendships are probably much more fulfilling. So instead of dating this guy who won't do shit for you, just put him in a friends with benefits, fuck him when you need to get fucked, and then go play with your friends and go hang out with your friends, because honestly, your female friends probably help you out way more. think about creating another channel for reactions or talking about body language. I kind of want to do a second channel where I go on rants. I don't even think that means that you're a placeholder. I think men will be with that girl for the rest of their life because they like to waste time. They're lazy. I'm excited to go to the next phase, which I hope is secure. Thanks. Bro, honestly, could listen to you rant for hours. Thank you. Do you want to get married? Unsure. Everyone always says, you want to get married when you meet the right one. So I guess I'll never say never, but I'm not really gung-ho about it. Aw, thank you, Queen Kimmy. I hope I helped you a little bit. You're so real for that. One of the hardest lessons I learned last year is accepting my ex didn't like me, and that's fine. Exactly. And you know what? He probably did like you. He just didn't like you as much as he thought he did. Men are delusional about their own level of interest, and that's it. A lot of people don't really know what they like or what they want. I would subscribe so quickly I don't consider rants. You give more wisdom or anything. I mean, they start off as rants. I do have certain rants that are a little controversial, though. Like, there are some rants that I go on, like, about how the gay community is sex obsessed and how it frustrates me. Girl, this fucking gay cruise that everyone's talking about is really pissing me off. It's really pissing me off, dude. Oh, my God. I have so much to say about it. I'm just keeping my mouth shut. Where do I meet a good man? Fate. Excuse me. Casey, thanks for the $5. I'm struggling to find girlfriends that don't center men. Everyone I meet are always like they won't drop me when they get a boyfriend, but they do. What do you guys talk about? Pay attention to the things you guys talk about, because if they're always talking about men, that's your sign. How do you leave when the relationship is not horrible, but it's not what you deserve either? It feels like I need a big reason to leave. If you are unhappy, then why are you wasting your time? You're not getting any younger. I always think about your happiness. Your happiness is very important. It's your relationship. How do you get out of a situation where someone keeps trying to gaslight you and won't let you leave a conversation? Well, I would just avoid talking to them and block them. If I had to speak to them, Grey Rock. Sorry, I don't know what gay cruises is. It sounds like it's exactly what it sounds like. I'm working on my anxious now. I'm a little more secure. What are your favorite readings to do? Readings on exes and why things happened and what they feel. Love your top. Thanks. I told him to leave, though. He was really annoying. I joined a gays and femme stand-up comedy group, and it helped me get away from men-obsessed people. Very, very, very ballsy move of you, but I'm happy that worked out. I know we always talk about how girls are center men, but gay men are worse than girls when it comes to centering men. I think it also depends on the type of person you are. Some people are more threatening when it comes to male attention. So like I've seen girlies and gays who are friends with people and aren't like competitive with them because they believe they're more attractive than them. And then sometimes they'll like be around people like me who are able to get attention from a lot of people without trying, and now it's a problem. So it really just depends sometimes on you in relation to them. Sometimes you don't notice they're that type of person because they don't see you as a threat. No shade, it's the truth. The worst thing I ever did was apologize to a man, and he laughed at me to his other friends in a group chat. I was like, damn, never making that mistake again. The worst mistake I ever did with a man was accepting his apology because it absolved him of all responsibility and guilt that he felt. How do you deal with disrespectful parents for the time being when you're a black sheep in the house? You make money and move out. That's what I did. Took me till I was like 26. How do I know someone's intentions immediately like you? Be psychic. Can you do a read on the situation? Not right now, no. Which celebrity have the best vibes do you find the most interesting? Alex, honestly, none of them. Celebrities are pretty boring. They're mostly narcissistic, self-absorbed, and they make too much money. Go on the rant about the gay community being a sex obsessed. I'm interested. No. I meet someone new. Good luck. Nix, thanks for the $5. Yo, my wife and I love watching you crack us up. Keep doing what you do, boo. Thank you. I'm assuming you guys are lesbians. I love lesbians. Lesbians are very nice to me. I think lesbians treat me better than straight women sometimes too. What is it about lesbians that support gay people? Like, what is that? Because all the drag queens say the same thing. We are, oh, I love that. Yay. I love lesbians. I feel like if lesbians love you, you're cool. Because I feel like they're like, a lesbian stereotype is like they're not going to waste their time on like things they don't love. And I think that's really true. And so like when a lesbian loves you, I'm just like, oh my God, I feel like I was chosen. Like I feel like I was like picked. I feel special. I don't know. You know what it is? It's probably because I talk a lot about men and like lesbians don't want to date men. So I know they like me for me and not for what I can do for them. That's probably what it is. We do love you and choose to help you. Oh, thank you. My girlfriend, I love you too. Oh, stop. I'm going to cry. I need to hear bad things about myself so I don't get an ego. I'm just kidding. I love your necklaces. I'm a jeweler, 15 years, but I know some people. Thank you. These are actually HRH collection pieces, these two. And these. So, Christine, thanks for the $5. I appreciate that. I've been in my jewelry era. She's in her jewelry era, if you haven't noticed. This is my dad's ring. This was his pinky ring, but obviously I have small everything, so it fits my finger. I don't fit in any of my dad's jewelry because my dad was a big guy. And so his wrists were big. He was tall, whatever. And so I don't fit in any of his jewelry, but I do fit in this. And his gold cross necklace, his real gold cross necklace, I fit in that. But I don't fit in anything else. All of his wrists and gold bracelets and stuff, they don't fit me or my brother. We both have small wrists. They don't fit. Like this is supposed to fit a woman's wrist. And look how big it is. Like I have small wrists, so I have even smaller wrists than my brother. That's wild. I think we might end up getting them resized because I don't know who else is going to want them. My brother doesn't really wear jewelry. And now that he has a baby, you know, he can't really wear jewelry anyways because the baby keeps pulling on jewelry and breaking it. And so I think it's going to end up going to me. So I'll probably end up at some point getting it resized. Are you close with your parents? My dad's dead, but I'm not that close with my mom, no. Love you, Anne from Australia. Thank you, Rachel, for the 5 months. I talk to my mom maybe like once every month, once every 2 months for like 5 minutes. Ex and I broke up almost 3 years ago. Oh, shit. The pic of you with your nephew made me tear up and smile. There's been a lot of discourse on the internet right now about adoption and about gay couples adopting and about interracial adoption. And it's been really triggering for me because of my nephew, whose birthday, by the way, is on Valentine's Day. He's going to turn 1. His name is Mateo. But yeah, it has been very triggering for me. I've been getting very angry at some of the comments that have been made about not only interracial adoption, but just adopting in general and also gay adoption. My brother is gay. He does have a baby that he adopted last year. So yeah, the baby is biracial. My brother is in an interracial relationship himself. And so I get a little sensitive about it. I think a lot of people are just very ignorant to how adoption works. I don't think they realize how hard it is to adopt, how much money it costs, and also how lucky you have to be. The adoption process literally is basically you put yourself out there and then one day you get a phone call and you basically have a baby 2 weeks later. It's like kind of similar to that. So it's not like you sit there and say you don't want this type of baby or whatever. You just wait for whatever baby is offered to you, essentially. So it's not like you can sit there and pick the gender or the sex of your baby. Beggars can't be choosers, so to speak. So, yeah. Your nephew's so cute. I think you would be a fantastic dad if you want to be a father. I don't know if I really want to. Yes, I'm an uncle. Yeah, so I get a little passionate. I get a little upset at some of the comments that I see. So if you ever see me fired up about adoption or about things like that, it's probably because I'm triggered. Because it's just like, I don't understand why people say things like white people should not be adopting black babies or anything like that, like as like a blanket statement. That stuff really pisses me off, like really bad, because I'm very protective of my nephew already. And it's just like, bitch, do you want to fight? Because I will fight you over my nephew. I will. I already told my brother that if my nephew is ever in an issue and like he's getting bullied when he's older, just don't tell me, because I can't handle myself. Like, I will cause a problem. I will literally, I don't even want to talk about it because I actually really will get ugly and I will obliterate anything in my way. So it's like, I don't even want to talk about it because I'm absolutely an overprotective uncle and I am a psychopath when it comes to that baby. So like, I just can't talk about certain things because I will go there and I will make you cry. That's how overprotective I am with my nephew. Like, I literally was never going to post a picture of him. And then my brother's like, can you post a picture? I want people to see him. And I was like, fine. But I wasn't going to post anything of him because I swear to God, if one of you said something, like, if you would have said something about his parenting or the baby, or if you would have said some nut ass shit about my brother being Italian and the baby being mixed, I would have gone off. Like, I would have just fucking ripped you a new one. So it's like, that's why I'm not going to post a lot about him, because I absolutely cannot handle comments about it, because I will fucking go off. That's why I just like, I don't even want, that's why I can't have a kid, because I just can't do it. I just know me and I know how crazy I am, and I'll just like fucking, I can't do it. I can't do it. He's the most chill baby on the planet. Like, nothing bothers him. Yeah, I just don't want people projecting their trauma onto my nephew, because my nephew is loved and spoiled. You're Jewish but Italian. I'm not Jewish. I'm Italian. My brother's husband, I believe, I feel like he's Colombian. No, he's Dominican. I believe he's Dominican. Actually, I don't know what the fuck he is. He's either Dominican or Colombian. I don't remember. But he's very dark skinned. And then his entire family pretty much predominantly speaks Spanish. My brother's fluent in Spanish as well. And then my brother's also fluent in sign language. And then, yeah, my brother's husband works in the medical field. My brother is a teacher. What else? Oh yeah, the baby. Mateo is Black, Italian, El Salvadorian, and Irish. So both of my brother and his man both have degrees from NYU. I think his man might have a PhD at this point, to be honest. What do you mean by projecting trauma? Oh, I guess you're gonna have to Google it, because I don't know how to word that a different way. Sorry. I feel like you're on social media too much or care too much about what people think if you feel this way. Me? Well, it's my job, babes. The more... Yes, that's my only sibling. You and your brother are super smart. My brother's the most book smart person you'll ever meet, and the most people dumb person you'll ever meet, and I'm vice versa. I'm not very book smart, but my emotional intelligence is off the charts. Me and my brother are polar opposites. Yeah. I'm definitely overprotective. Yeah, I am. But here's the thing. I feel like if you had a child, you would be overprotective as well. And in my delusional head, that baby came out of me. Okay? So, my brother is also a Gemini. He has a Libra moon. I have an Aries moon, so we're polar opposite. No, my brother is just like my mother. I was just like my dad. Family is not limited to blood. Adoptions run in some families. I love my adoptive father. My adoptive father loves me. I know one day I'll become a mother through adoption. Also, it's an open adoption, I believe. Somewhat open adoption. So I don't know exactly how it works, but I'm assuming he will eventually know who his birth parents are at some point when he's like 18. I don't know if that's how it works, but I'm assuming that's how it works. I haven't asked questions because I feel like it's not my place. Anyways. Yes, so the adopted mother chose them because they said that the baby looks like a combination of the two of them, and he does, and it's weird. And also she said that he knew that he would be really smart because of the degrees that they have, the job that they have, like the medical field and a teacher, and they speak 3 different languages, and they went to NYU, they have great pedigrees, so she knew that the baby would be in good hands, which she is correct. The baby already speaks sign language, and the baby speaks a little bit of Spanish already. He's been saying agua for water, and he's been using sign language to communicate with them a lot as well. So, and he turns 1 on Valentine's Day. So, not speaking English yet, though. I expected him to speak Spanish first because my brother's husband's family predominantly speaks Spanish, and he's around them the most. So I expected him to speak Spanish first, since that's what he's hearing more than anything is Spanish. You're losing me. Yeah, my brother works with deaf people day in and day out. So when you talk to my brother, he's signing as he's talking to you because it's like second nature to him. Yeah, actually, she did not know that she was pregnant until she gave birth. Literally, the mother did not know she was pregnant until she gave birth, and so she had to make a decision very quickly. Apparently, a large portion of adoptions, the woman did not know she was pregnant. From what I remember, don't hold me to it, but I'm pretty sure she had just given birth. She had just had a newborn, and she ended up getting pregnant again and not realizing it. Because you're like really fertile after you give birth. So I also feel like she had more than one already, but I'm not sure. I don't know all the tea, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know all the tea. I'm just going to assume because I obviously wasn't there for it. So I don't know the tea, girl. I can't help you. Anyways, enough about babies. What kind of pick a card do you want to do? Do you have a skincare routine? Yes. So I use, oh God, I don't know how to pronounce this, La Roche-Posay to wash my face in the shower. I get out of the shower and I put some random under eye cream that I have. Right now I'm using a Jeffree Star one to see if it works. And then I put Peach and Lily Skin Glass Serum around my face, which evens out my skin tone. And then I put Jeffree Star's moisturizer, which is what makes it glow. And that's it. I only wash my face once a day. If I do it twice a day, I have issues. And that's it. Right now I'm wearing concealer under my eyes. I'm wearing the Hourglass concealer. How does it look? This is my first day using it. It's color cream. I don't know if it looks good on camera. I'm going to watch this back and see if it looks good. So, yes, I pretty much only drink water. And I am a social alcohol drinker. So if I'm at a social event, I'll drink alcohol usually twice a week. You're losing me. I'm reading the chat. It's going very quick. So using that cleanser we mentioned ages ago. It's great. Yeah, it's really good for dry, sensitive skin. I have hypersensitive skin, so I don't really give a shit about anything. If a product works for me and my skin, I'm using it. I unfortunately do not have a lot of options that work for my skin. My skin gets mad at everything. I'm allergic to everything. So people, you have perfect skin. Thank you. So when people are always like, you should try this, you should try that, I try to stick to what works, and I just need to. You know, I know some of you are able to change your stuff up because your skin loves you. My skin, it is naturally pretty good, but in turn, I can't use many different products. I'm very lucky that my skin is naturally pretty good, because if it wasn't, I would be fucked because I can't use most things. So that's why I'm very lucky that my skin self-regulates, because I can't use most products. It gets very angry at me when I use products. So I'm very lucky with that. You're naturally pretty. Thank you. So I can't use 50 different serums. I can't try all of the new skin products. When I find something that works, I stick to her because it's rare. It's very rare. They say alcohol causes wrinkles. I think that there's probably some truth to that. I didn't drink a whole lot when I was younger, and I don't drink a whole lot now. But I'm also a lightweight. I think it's just more important, like, are you getting trashed all the time? And also, what do you do the day after you drink? If you're drinking water, it helps a lot. You're so gorgeous. Well, thank you. Can you tell the men that? Because apparently they don't think so. I do not have eczema. Esthetician here, what you're using is fine. Thank you. Yeah, I try not to go 50-step skincare routine. I try to just let her do what she wants to do on her own. That age gap reaction video was crazy. Esthetician here, you're doing just fine. Thank you. Can you do a poll on here? I think so. You're so cool. Thank you. But yeah, so what works for me doesn't work for everyone. Is your skin sensitive to makeup also? Yes. I was using the Makeup Forever concealer and I developed an allergy to it. So now I can't use that anymore. The Kosas concealer quite literally gave me an eye infection. The Kosas concealer was like putting poison on my face. I will never use another Kosas product ever again. I don't know what the fuck they put in their shit, but it just, my skin hates it. And it's just like, there's acid on my face. Like, it burned my skin. It literally burned my skin like a chemical burn. Like, that shit, I don't know. The girlies that can use that, good for you. My skin hates her. Hates her. Wishes she never existed. She wants to fight her. Kosas. Yeah, the Kosas brand. It's not for girlies like me with hypersensitive skin. It's not for us. Not for us. Or at least not for me, girl. That's crazy. I thought Kosas was a clean brand. Whatever the fuck they put in it, no ma'am. Kosas is not stabilized their products so bacteria can grow easily. Mama, that shit fucked my skin up. Never again. Never again. Never again. Oh, thank you, Raven. I'm glad I got recommended. All right, there's an ad that's going to play. I can see it. When we're done with the ad, we'll do a pick a card. Me too. That was the worst concealer. It is the worst concealer I've ever used. Also, concealers I use that don't work. Fenty, streaky, drying, doesn't blend well, cracking almost immediately. Any drugstore brand does not work on dry skin. All of them. Crap. Doesn't work on dry skin. They all crack and look like shit. Rare Beauty. Very difficult to find a color match. Always leaves a little bit of a white cast no matter what I did. Cracked. It worked when I first used it, and then my skin hated it. I don't know what the fuck happened. Makeup Forever, it was pretty good. The color match was really good, but unfortunately, I got allergic. I haven't tried Tarte Shape Tape. I know it's on sale right now. I was thinking about buying it, but I wanted to see if Hourglass worked, because if Hourglass is working, I'm just going to use that. Without hydrating formulas. That's the formulas I was trying. Have you tried cream-based concealers? Yes. Don't get Shape Tape. It's not covered dry skin. They have one that's specifically made for dry skin because there's 3 different formulas. But yeah. Might be a thing with silicone and water-based formulas. How's Hourglass so far? I mean, you tell me. I liked the way it went on. It was very smooth when it went on. It was very blendable. I think it was mostly full coverage. Mostly. I think full coverage might be a little bit of a stretch, but it's pretty close to it. It blended really nice. I think it's sitting well. What do you think? I haven't put any powder on because I have to be careful with powder because my eyes are so dry. I haven't put any powder on. I'm trying to see how long she lasts without powder and if she creases without powder. So far, I'm not noticing too much creasing. Typically, every other concealer that I wear will crease by now or will flake. So I think there's a little bit of settling in one of my fine lines over there, but that's it. Right now, I'm liking the way it looks on camera, but it could look worse in person. Let me see. No, it looks pretty good in person too. It's settling a little bit right here. It looks pretty natural though. I might be able to get away with not wearing powder with this concealer. I guess we'll see. I maybe could put a second coat and see if that works. Sometimes concealers look good when you touch them up and sometimes they look bad. So I could try that too. This phone case was from Amazon. I work at Ulta, confirm nothing when working for everyone. It's true. Maybelline. Well, so far I'm liking Hourglass. I mean, I guess we'll see by the end of the night. A makeup artist did my makeup for a wedding and it was cakey and she said, it's wrinkles, get over it. She didn't do a test on you before? Tarte Shape Tape Ultra Creamy works for my sensitive dry skin. It's the only one that works for my seasonal eczema. Yeah, so. We're trying the Hourglass one. That's what we're trying. So I don't want to try anything else until I thoroughly try this one. I might get this Tarte Shape Tape. I might, but right now I don't really need it, so I'm chilling. I got makeup done for prom and it looked awful. Okay, did the ad end? Are we ready to do a pick a card? I don't remember what type of pick a card I did last stream? Does anyone remember? Was it a general one? You did general? Let's do a love one then. You're losing me. Let's pick a song, and then I'll have you guys pick a song from the pile. We'll do that, because that was fun. Oh, shit. That's pile number 1. Has anyone tried Kylie Cosmetics, the rebrand? No. These are my favorite songs. Oh, I know what that means. You're losing me. Okay. I am doing a pick a card for love. So some of these messages are going to be for singles and some of them are going to be for people in relationships. You're going to have to adjust it accordingly depending on where you're at in your life. If you guys like these, you can always send a super chat or tip in this video. If you watch this live afterwards, you can always just tip. So hopefully someone has a timestamp linked. And there's shit all over my mouth. And I look crazy. Okay. So basically, each one of these is a message about love. And we're going to kind of go from there. I will be doing pick a cards during Valentine's Day. So in February and stuff. So you have time. Put in the chat which one you are picking. I'll give you about like 2 minutes to pick one of these. So put in chat which one you picked. 1, 2, or 3. Each one of them is a song that describes the energy, and then we'll be pulling tarot to see what's going on. Sorry that I talked so much during this live. I feel like I should have done this sooner, but I got distracted. And I feel bad because I wasn't efficient today. I should have done this way earlier. Focus is not my strong suit. I'm a Gemini. I'm very easily distracted. Okay. All right. We're going to do these. Again, if you like these, you can super chat. Oh, shit. Almost flung that around the room. Okay. All right. Pile 1. The song that represents your love reading is Dare to Love Me by Avril Lavigne. So it does look like there is some sort of fear. There might be a self-sabotage involved, but there's a fear and a risk involved with love here. So let's see. All legend for Brazilian. Okay, so you. Oh. There's a dynamic that is about to change between you and someone you know. If you are in a relationship, then your current relationship dynamic is about to evolve. If you are single, someone you already know, there is going to be a change in that dynamic. The Wheel of Fortune is a risk worth taking. Someone makes a move. The Lover's card would be about you and someone you already know and have a bond with, because the Lover's card is strong, which means it's someone you already know. And then the Eight of Wands is rapid change and rapid pace. So this is either someone you just started talking to, or you are you're interested in them and things are going well, or it's someone you already know. But this wouldn't be someone brand new. Like, it has to be someone in your current space right now. And it could be like a friend or anything like that. But there is a change in dynamic because someone is moving forward and making a move. Dare to love me. There's a risk. Yep, the Nine of Wands reversed, the Six of Cups. A lot of you, this will be a friend that'll make a move on you. Some of you are going to say no and reject them. Some of you are not. But the Six of Cups is reversed, which tells me they want to change your past dynamic, and the Queen of Cups is reversed. I do not think that this is an ex. I do not think that this is an ex. I do not think it's an ex, because for me, it doesn't feel like there's animosity between you and this person. The Ten of Cups is reversed. The Seven of Pentacles upright, which means there's a comfort with this person. There's a familiarity, but there does not seem to be like an ex with drama. There's just not. The Queen of Pentacles is reversed as well, which means that this person, they feel a little bit worried. Like Queen of Pentacles, like I feel a little unstable, and there's a worry about whether or not this will be like a long-term thing or not, or if you'll really like me long-term or anything like that. But it does look like this person is, I do see a leap of faith. Now, for some of you, this person will say something to you and will push it. For others, it's going to be a circumstance. You end up at the same party together, someone's drunk and, says something they shouldn't say, or whatever the fuck ends up happening. Might be a circumstance that pushes the two of you together, but it does look like that is what's going to happen. The High Priestess is reversed, the Eight of Swords upright, and the Emperor, which tells me that it definitely looks like they're worried about someone else snatching you up, or someone else being interested in you and then missing their window of opportunity. Justice is reversed, Ace of Swords, and Knight of Wands. This person does like to fix and help other people. They like to do things for other people. Definitely an eager beaver. I also think they have some sort of change and transition in their job or career. Maybe they just got a new job, or they got a promotion or something, because I see some sort of change and movement in their career. I think that's how you know it's this person. There's some sort of evolution in their career where it's like they're going into a new place, or they're about to, whatever, and there's some sort of transition there. Could also mean that they moved somewhere quickly or recently for a job or changed jobs, but there's transitional energy there. Some of you will reject this person, I'm not going to lie, but I think for most of you, I think this is going to be one of those things where you just take it slow, and it's a slow build where it grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. I don't think this person is a walking red flag. I think that they might be a little bit more, what's the word? I think it's you guys. I think you guys are the problem. I think you guys are the ones that are like, I'm hard to love. Like, I don't want to ruin your life. Like, you're a nice guy, you're a nice girl. I don't want to be the crazy girlfriend. I don't want to be the crazy boyfriend. Like, I don't want to be the one that causes chaos in your life. I don't want to bring chaos to your life, because this person's very centered. This person's very calm and tranquil. This person's got their shit together, and I see you being fearful that you'll ruin their lives. Don't self-sabotage this. The Ace of Wands, the Ten of Wands, the King of Pentacles says that this person knows what they can handle and what they can't. You got to give this one a chance. Also, the Ace of Wands says that big things come in small packages, and that this person is a surprise. So this person might seem like someone you have no chemistry with, but when you end up with them, the sexual chemistry is off the charts. And some of them you might think like, oh, you're like you ain't got nothing. And he might have a schlong. And if it's a girl, she might have that wop. So that's what I'm saying. Don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, if you guys, if piles number one's like that, you can always tip. Okay, you can super chat. All right, pile number twos. If you are a pile number two, put it in the chat. If you're a pile number two, put it in the chat. Put your number twos in the air. I have to pee. Okay. Your song, pile number two, is Toy Soldier by Britney Spears. I'm tired of toy soldiers. Diane, thank you. So that song is about Britney Spears being tired of boys playing games and looking for a serious one. But I feel like Toy Soldier is also a warning about someone. So let's see. You, them, oh no, it's the same two cards, but they're in different positions. Okay. This is actually a great, I love when this happens because it means that I can teach you guys a lot about how to read tarot because you can see the back to back. So you showed up as the World Reverse, which is the Wheel of Fortune Reverse. The Wheel of Fortune Reverse is the opposite of a good choice. It's a bad choice. And the Lover's card is upright, okay? For that person, and the Knight of Cups is upright, which is about emotional growth. The problem is it's not a king. And if we're pulling Toy Soldier, there's someone in your life that is not worth taking the risk for. They are not worth getting into a relationship with. They are not worth dating. They are not worth being around. It seems like this is someone here who is your typical F boy or F girl. And there's a part of you that likes to play around with them. You're going to like to engage with them, but this is not someone that you should be with. This is not someone that you should be dating. This doesn't look like someone that you should be marrying or anything like this. This is definitely someone who is exactly what you think and feel. There might be an age discrepancy with the Five of Pentacles, but the problem with this person is that they're a little bossy. The Five of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Hermit, they like to tell people what to do. Now, for some of you, okay, this could also indicate someone new that comes in your life, okay, whose ex is a bitch. So you might be dealing with someone new in your life who is not necessarily a bad person, but has a checkered past. If that is the case, their ex is going to be your op. So if you've already made this decision and if you already like this person and it's vibing and you're not seeing the red flags, it's going to be from their ex, because the Three of Swords and the Hermit reverse tells me that they have a bitter ex. Yeah, Yep, the Two of Swords. See what I mean? And the world on the moon. The moon is lies, deceit, deception, and the Two of Swords. So some of you might end up in a relationship with someone who has a toxic ex. Some of you might be in that in a connection with someone who is the toxic ex. You're going to have to be smart about your discernment, and you're going to have to pay very close attention to the details. The Five of Wands being reversed tells me that even if this person was crazy, their ex is as well. If this is their ex, they are not in love with their ex. They are scared of their ex. Nine of Wands, Four of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands reverse tells me that they want away from their ex. They want to run from their ex. I don't think this is a situation that necessarily is going to end in disaster. I think it's just going to be entertaining, to be honest. Ten of Wands reversed and Seven of Pentacles, the Six of Cups makes me feel like the past is over, but it's entertaining. So it's just residual. Again, if this is an F-boy or F-girl, you will notice and you will run. And if you run from them, this person will keep trying to get back at you. This person is always going to try to be with you. They really like the fact that you can spot them for who they are. So there's a bit of a game being played no matter which way this rolls. You know what's interesting? The Star being reversed, the Three of Wands upright, and the Four of Wands. Regardless of whether this works out for you, this person has a friend that you have compatibility with. For some of you, I'm not going to lie, this ends up being a stepping stone. This person introduced you to a partner that you end up being with. So I kind of think you should entertain this a little bit no matter what, because even if it doesn't work with this person, they introduce you to someone. Seven of Cups says there's another possibility. And the Death card being reversed and the Two of Cups tells me there's another possibility to connect. My middle name is Homie Hopper. A way hotter person who's very stable too. Knight of Swords. I think that was like good guy or good girl. I am feeling like someone may have gotten divorced too. There's a divorce for some of people as well, because there's like a serious significant breakup. Couple different energies going on here depending on where you're at in your current relationships. So hopefully you can discern it yourself. It's a messy one. You knew one of them was going to end up being messy. If you guys like that, you can super chat. All right, pile number 3s. If you're a pile number 3, put it in the fucking chat. Thank you, Hannah. You might meet them soon if you haven't met anyone yet. That one's going to have to be rewatched a couple times because there was a couple different messages based on a couple different choices that are being made. So not all of the messages are going to apply. There's like 3 different scenarios that I saw depending on your choices. So keep that in mind. All right, pile 3. Let's see what your song is. Oh, I remember what it is. I was like, why don't I remember? I remember. It's Blur by Britney Spears. So this song is about waking up hungover and not remembering the night before. So for some of you, that might be literal, where you might just get home from an event or a party and be drunk, or maybe you're not super drunk, but you might be getting home from an event or something. It does look like some sort of iconic moment or iconic event. So maybe a party, a hangout, a bar crawl, could be an event, a baby shower. I don't know what the fuck it'll be, but there is an event involved. There's some sort of party or a shindig or get together that is involved in this situation. So we're going to see where that comes from. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. What did you do? Oh, no. You have foot and mouth disease. All right. I'm going to keep it short, cute, and to the point because I already see the message. You obliterated someone. And I just don't know if that was necessarily the right thing to do. I'm Scream. I just feel like the Queen of Swords might have bitched someone out that they shouldn't have. Judgment is upright, okay, which is in the public, and that's a bunch of people, right? Judgment is a lot of people. And the Ten of Swords is a backstabbing and a betrayal, and the Queen of Swords is upright. Queen of Swords is a bitch, okay? And so I definitely see you getting rid of someone in your life or bitching someone out in your life or just saying no, rejecting someone that I feel like caught a stray bullet. I think their circumstances caused the problem, not necessarily their choices. And with the Hermit upright, the Ace of Cups reversed, and the Six of Swords, that's like selective amnesia to where you're going to feel like, oh, a leopard can't change its spots. And I don't remember doing that. I don't really remember why, but they do. And so I will say that this is definitely someone that is low-key an op, but does still like you because they're like, what the fuck did I do to you? I do think you're going to bump into them again, which is why I'm seeing a significant event where you bump into them. Somewhere you go, you are going to bump into this person. For some of you, this was a serious, like, bitching. For others, it was like a friend of a friend that you bitched out or, you know, a random person you rejected. All I can tell you is that there is someone here that got your wrath that didn't deserve it, although I understand why you did it, and they will be coming back around. You will be forced to interact with them. The Magician is upright, the Four of Swords reversed, the Knight of Wands, which says that there is an apology that's going to be made. Perhaps back and forth apologies. Because I see you being resistant to the apology, but then they apologize first, and I think you do it in return. Yeah, the Queen of Wands is reversed, the Justice card is reversed, and the King of Swords. They've gotten hotter. And you're not going to remember how fine they are. And I think some of you may hit on them without realizing that you have previous history with them because you might have forgot. And so they might get offended that you don't remember them. But that's not for everyone. But they did get better looking. The Justice card's reversed and the Queen of Wands too, which says that you were in a very vulnerable place and you were volatile back then and triggered over something. King of Pentacles. I think this is the type of person that doesn't always handle confrontation well and doesn't always feed into the bullshit. So I think they were pulling back and they were kind of like more quiet or reserved. And I think you took that as almost like an attack. But there is some healing done between the two of you. Potential fire sign and earth sign as well involved. They give me more earth sign energy, more like quiet, stable, reserved. You give me more fire sign energy, feisty, bold. Three of Swords, Tower, and Eight of Pentacles. Honestly, those circumstances, even though you may not have done the right thing, those circumstances, you would not have worked. So you kind of got lucky here. If you would have started talking to this person, it would have ended in disaster. So you kind of did the right thing, even though you did the wrong thing. This person is much different now, though. I think they're in a different place. I see them having more free time. I see them wanting to put more effort into connections in their lives, valuing people more. The Wheel of Fortune says that when they see something that is gold, they don't lose it or let it go anymore. And I think they've really worked on themselves. Some of them, maybe they got told that they fucked a lot of things up in their life. I don't know. But this person does look like they are ready for a relationship. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it does look like they are. They weren't previously. Six of Pentacles says they weren't wanting to be held accountable. They weren't consistent. Maybe they worked a lot or traveled a lot. The King of Cups, they weren't super emotionally available. But the Ace of Swords says that they're trying to be now. So there is an effort being made here. You're just going to have to let go of the past. And they want to let go of being single. It's the T. Listen, if you like that, you can always super chat. I think what I'm going to do, oh fuck, I should pick one. I'm scared. I really don't want pile 3. I'm praying to God I don't get pile 3. Okay, Google. Pick a number from 1 to 3. Please don't be pile 3. That's all I ask. Okay, thank fucking God. Whew. Crisis avoided. No, crisis fucking avoided. I got pile 1. I don't really remember what pile 1 was, but I'll have to rewatch it. Was that the fuckboy, fuckgirl one? No, that's Toy Soldier. Pile 1 was the only good one. I think they were all good. What do you mean? Pile 1 was about a friend making a move. Oh, fuck no. Oh, fuck no. I would have preferred pile 3. Oh, fuck no. I'm going to have to reject someone. Fuck. Oh, well, whatever. I already don't care. Already over it. Well, all right, you guys. I have to go. I'm late. Like I always am. I'm late to everything. Yes, I am. Let me check the TikTok that I made about the Nicki Minaj thing because I want to see if that ends up doing numbers because the video is going up tomorrow. No, it's flopping. Okay, well, there'll be a Nicki Minaj reading tomorrow. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you guys on Twitch tomorrow as well. So, bye. Send me a super chat.